SmackDown, ups and downs, Simon Miller, what culture? I mean, now I am just naming all the things to do with this series and not putting them into a full sentence, but we gotta do different things, much like it's always fun when pro wrestling does different things. Lovely little tie in there. But yes, this is Ups and Downs for SmackDown, where we do indeed go through the Tuesday night program from the company known as WWE. And if I like something, I give it an up. And if I don't, I give it a down. We're reviewing the damn thing. Now, just because it is my first ever pro wrestling singles match this Sunday, and that's June the 17th for Defiant Wrestling, where I'm taking on that asshole Drake, all I will say is that you can indeed watch it on Access Defiant or the app known as Fight TV. Also, if you want to see my first ever tag team match, well, the Defiant Wrestling YouTube channel may or may have not uploaded that within the last 24 hours. Enough of that, take that, put it over there. Let's ups and downs. Much like Raw, the opening to SmackDown was just a bit meh, given that we're heading into a damn pay-per-view. In that case, we gotta give it a down. Paige came out and reminded us that it is Money in the Bank on Sunday, and because of that, she introduced all the female Money in the Bank competitors. Hashtag Money in the Bank. I think there's a show going on called Money in the Bank. They all came out, they were waving to the crowd like they were part of the Raw family, and Paige did indeed go. She don't care who wins the briefcase, as long as said briefcase comes back to SmackDown. Now, because she said this here, it kind of made me think, all right, well, maybe the men's case is coming to SmackDown and the women's case is going to Raw, but I don't know. Eventually, they did all start having a big round and the Iconics arrived, and as ever, they were really annoying, and they started doing impressions of everybody, so all the faces went, all right, we're going to beat you up, and an 8-person tag team match was announced later on in the show. And then we had Daniel Bryan taking on Shelton Benjamin. That was good. Up. It started with that not on TV promo that Daniel Bryan cut last week, and why it wasn't on SmackDown I'll never know, because it was really good, and then as you probably expect, Daniel and Shelton had a really good back and forth match because they're very good pro wrestlers. Now, there was one knee that Daniel Bryan took in his face that scared the absolute hoo-ha out of me because of all his injury scares, but what are you going to do? He seems alright, and eventually he won with the heel hook, and that is now officially his new finisher. So yeah, alright, good. 2 wrestlers that I enjoy just having a wrestling match. I liked it. Paige then ran into Asuka backstage, who said that she wanted to fight Carmella this evening because she didn't want to wait till Sunday. And if you don't know, Sunday is when Money in the Bank is going down. And Paige said, no, I'm not going to do that because I want to wait for the pay-per-view. But what I will do is I'll put you in the 8 women's tag team match later on. And she made it a 10-person tag team match. Down. Then Paige ran into The Miz and he wanted to be the referee for the Rusev versus Samoa Joe match later, and Paige said yes because he was already dressed up like a ref because he's going to be in a film. I don't know if the film is real. It was weird. It was just really, really weird. We had an interview segment with AJ Styles after this, and it was conducted by Jerry the King Lawler. Don't know what that was about, and Jerry the King Lawler even said that the slap Styles gave Nakamura 7 days ago was almost as big as the one he gave Andy Kaufman. Not true, lies. Styles said that he was sorry he didn't knock him out properly and that he will defend his title successfully at this Sunday's Money in the Bank pay-per-view. If you don't know, there's a pay-per-view on Sunday. It's called Money in the Bank. But all this was fine. Up. And I like what came next because I'm a moron. But yes, Rusev versus Samoa Joe with The Miz as the special guest referee. I thought it was all very entertaining from start to finish. Up. The real story here was that at one point Samoa Joe had the match won, but The Miz, because he's an asshole, wouldn't count the 1, 2, 3. So Rusev took advantage of that. He slammed the Samoan one with the matchka kick, and he won. And The Miz, seeing his opportunity, snuck up behind Rusev. Kablamo! Hit him with the skull-crushing finale. And then he climbed the ladder and he got the briefcase that was hanging there, because if you don't know, there's a pay-per-view on Sunday called Money in the Bank, and he got the briefcase as if to show, look, this is what I'm going to do in a few days' time. He then even opened the briefcase, but he didn't find a contract in there. Instead, he found a bunch of pancakes, and then we cut backstage, and the New Day was laughing, and you know what? I was laughing too. Enjoyed Nakamura versus Jeff Hardy as well, because mostly I never thought I'd see that, especially in the WWE. Up. Much like most SmackDown bouts, it wasn't anything amazing, but it was very well thought out, and I thought the two gelled really well together. Plus, there was this cool spot when Jeff Hardy hit his Swanton Bomb. I thought he was going to win, and Nakamura got his foot on the ropes at the last second. Before long, Nakamura got mad and he whammed Jeff Hardy in the balls for the DQ, and then he laid him out with a Kinshasa and counted to 10, because you know why, he's got a last man standing match this Sunday, and he wanted to go, look, I just laid out the US champ, what do you think I'm going to do to the world champ in Sunday? Also, while we're here, please make sure that Nakamura does indeed win said title at the pay-per-view. It's his time. don't screw it up. One big down though for the two backstage segments that came next, because one, we had this moment with Carmella and she was being all like, oh, I don't care about Asuka, I'm going to be fine. It wasn't bad, it was just a bit meh. But then what was worse is that we cut to Big Cass and he'd gone to a fun fair or some kind of amusement park and he'd stolen the sign that says, you know, you can't go on this ride unless you're taller than like this mark, because he said that Daniel Bryan wouldn't be above the mark, therefore he couldn't go on any of the rides. Here's the thing though, Daniel Bryan is taller than that. Daniel Bryan could have gone on the rides. And while I have been taking shots at it throughout this entire episode of Ups and Downs, I gotta say, the 10-person tag match that we did have main event was actually really good. So fair play to you, WWE. Fair play, getting it up. And yes, it did indeed see Charlotte, Asuka, Becky Lynch, Lana and Naomi successfully defeat the Iconics, Carmella, Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. Charlotte was the star here, as at one point she just ran wild and she looked awesome, but the match did indeed end when Asuka got Carmella in the Asuka lock and she tapped. And you know what that means? Carmella's gonna hold on to the title this Sunday at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. Did you know there's a pay-per-view this Sunday and it's called Money in the Bank? There was also a massive brawl at one stage which Flair broke up by doing a moonsault onto everybody. That was cool. It finished with everybody looking at the briefcase as if it held the answer to all of life's problems. And that, my friends, was SmackDown. If you didn't realise, you didn't pick up on the subtle hints that I did. Yes, WWE kind of over-promoted the fact that this Sunday there is a pay-per-view called Money in the Bank. There was a lot of adverts for debt. One last thing though, because maybe I missed it, I was very tired and sometimes my brain goes weird, but I thought on this episode we were supposed to find out which member of the New Day was going to go into Money in the Bank, and I don't think we did, so that gets a down. However, at one point when we did cut backstage to the New Day, both Kofi and Xavier were, I think, wearing like one t-shirt, so they were like the same person. Maybe they're going to enter as one simply because they are wearing one t-shirt. That'd be ridiculous, wouldn't it? And guess what? This idiot would like it. And that's it now, there's nothing else in the way and we head on forward to Money in the Bank, and a lot of people say it has a lot to live up to simply because New Japan's Dominion was so good, but I say this, I like New Japan doing the New Japan thing and I like WWE doing the WWE thing. I like the difference. I like the disparity between the two. That's what makes wrestling so damn great. Now don't forget to leave a comment below and let us know what you thought about last night's SmackDown. Like, share and subscribe. Head on over to whatculture.com and you know what you do there? You read yourself some articles. And why not follow What Culture on Twitter at WhatCultureWWE. My name is Simon from What Culture. Thank you for indeed watching this episode of SmackDown, Ups and Downs. And yeah, Sunday, June 17th, Newcastle, my first ever singles match. Are we gonna sink or are we gonna swim? What I do know is that somebody's getting their ass kicked and it ain't me, it's some mother hubbard, I ain't gonna swear here, called Drake. Let's do this, people. Team is power.